Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So, as you already know, it's that time of day. All right, let's get this going then. This may sound or may come across as a little bit depressive, maybe, perhaps, but I assure you that's not my intent and that's not the reason why I'm making this video. This is basically for helping people develop their own awareness of these things, their mental fortitude to help, you know, people find their inner strength that they've disconnected to, that that invisible force and energy that keeps moving us forward. But what's one of the saddest truths that you ever hear is the fact that, and I don't know why that is that way, and it seems to be that way. The more I have lived in my life, the more I've witnessed things like this, and even in some cases and in situations experienced this as well myself. I've talked about a lot of these things in some of my past videos, some of my first videos that I started when I began this journey and this channel back in April. So it's been a while. But here's the thing. One of the saddest things about life, generally speaking, is that there are many people out there who are in love with each other that are not together. And then as a contrast to that same point, there are also a lot of people out there who are together that are not in love. Do you see the issue? Why do you think that happens so much and it's so common today? Well, I can't speak for women because I'm not one. I haven't been one in this lifetime. So for me, that's a little foreign, you know. Uh, that book, "Women Are from Mars and Men Are from Venus is comes to mind right now. It's an excellent read, by the way. Very, very. How do you say it? Entertaining, and there's a lot of truth in it. So I think, as a man, and my experiences in life, I can tell to the men who watch my channel. Sorry, ladies, but I won't be able to give you a whole lot of advice here because, like I said, I haven't lived as a woman in this life, and I don't really know what it's like. It's pretty foreign to me for the most part. I understand female nature and all these things, but I'm not a woman, so I can't relate to you ladies when it comes down to a lot of these things. But as a man, I can tell you one thing. I know for a fact that men out there right now are so lost, a lot of them, especially the young ones. And there are so many problems in society and the way that things have been structured. And what happens is most men today, the only type of unconditional love that they will ever get to feel in their lives, and that's a very thing that it's sad to admit and accept, but it's just the way things are now. The only type of unconditional love that most men will ever experience in their lives today is going to be the unconditional love that they've got from their mother. And in some situations, you may not have even gotten from your mother. That's even worse, right? Because not everybody has perfect parents or good caring parents that actually truly love them. Consider yourself blessed and privileged if that's the case with you, and if that has been the case with you, you know. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of childhood trauma and things like that happen. So the other thing is, let me take another sip of my coffee here because this is a long talk. Hopefully, I won't stretch it too long. The other thing is, when people are in love with each other, a lot of the reasons why they don't get together is because it's such a powerful thing that it scares people. And if you haven't experienced that yourself, if you haven't experienced that type of thing in your life before, which a lot of people haven't, because, like I said, the family structure, society, everything is so messed up and out of place, and confusing and messed up. It's just watching my videos. I talk about all of these things. What happens when a person begins to experience and receive such a powerful feeling, emotion, sensation? Because love is a very powerful force by nature. And when people begin to feel that way about someone, and they've never experienced that before, because they don't know what that's like, they never felt it, they have no idea what that is. The minute that happens, it scares people big time. I know it happens a lot with women as well. Women get scared when they find a guy who they know, is the guy they've been looking for. And if they haven't experienced that type of thing in their lives, and they have all kinds of like father trauma and their own trauma from their past relationships and things, that happen to them because they've been looking for the wrong things, and they've been told to look for all these things that are not the things that they should be looking for. It's all the conditioning programming from movies, songs, TV shows, you name it. It's all around us. It scares them. They run away. They push it. And they just run away. And this happens with both men and women as well. Okay, it's not just a women thing. Now, for women, I don't know. Like I said, I do know that for men, one of the issues is that men have this tendency, because it's the way we were educated, it's the way we were brought up, right? To bottle up all the things that happen to them. So men usually, they just keep bottling things up. You bottle it up, bottle it up, bottle it up, and, but you can't bottle things up forever. Eventually, that'll become such a pressure inside of that bottle. Imagine like you get like a soda, bottle, and you start shaking the crap out of it. And then, the minute you take that cap off, that stuff's gonna blow up, fly everywhere. And this is what happens with, psychologically speaking, with the human psyche in general. That doesn't just apply to men. What I'm saying, but the reason why I'm talking about men is because men do this because we've been, told that bottle it up. Just, nobody, there's no, and it happens too. We don't have anybody to talk about these things sometimes. Maybe you could talk to your mother if you have a good relationship with your mother. You could talk to your father. But men, it's like an inherent thing that we've been, maybe it might even be a subconscious thing. I don't think it's natural though. I really don't. I think it's a lot of conditioning and programming, like I said. But we bottle it up, and you can't bottle things up forever. Eventually, that stuff is gonna surface, and when it does, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be fun to deal with it. It hurts, and it hurts a lot. And I've talked about this before. I speak from experience. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, when you really love someone, that's the painful part of things, and it, like, again, goes for men and women. And things don't work out for whatever reason, because it's just, things happen. It's part of life. There's nothing you can do about it sometimes. A lot of the times you can do something about it. You can work things. I think as a human, if people are willing to figure things out, to communicate, and to work things out, everything can be fixed if there is love in the picture, real love. Because, like I said before, love doesn't judge. Love doesn't put labels on things. Love doesn't expect anything. Love just is, right? There are many people out there that are together for the wrong reasons, whether it is for, you know, emotional dependency, codependency, material reasons. You may feel safe by being with someone. There's a lot of people that do these things, The list is long. There's so many reasons that people are together as a couple. But there's a lot of couples out there that don't love each other. It's just a fact. And why do you think the divorce rate is so high these days? Because if people loved each other, they stick together no matter what. That's what real love is. That's what unconditional love is. And when you love someone, really, it hurts when things don't work out, because when that happens, you lose a part of yourself. It's like a part of you dies, literally. And you have to mourn that part of you. You have to let it go. You have to walk away. You sometimes you are forced to being reborn and reinvent yourself completely, because you can't continue living on your life being that person from before after experiencing things like this. And when you go through things like that multiple times in your life, oh yeah, that's a ride. Let me tell you, that's one heck of a ride. That's why, I always say it's important to spend time alone, to get to know yourself, to understand your true nature, your true self, and who you are. I have an old refrigerator, and it makes so much noise when this thing turns on. It turned off. I wasn't expecting to turn on again during this recording. Hopefully you guys couldn't hear it much. There's noise reduction on this microphone, but I don't think it's that great. But anyway, I think when people really truly love each other, they would do whatever it takes, if they actually want to be with someone and that someone wants to be with them. I think they will do whatever it takes to be together. They will fight whatever challenges they have to fight. They will do whatever they feel needs to be done so they can be with the one that they love. But here's the other thing though. You can never, it doesn't matter how much you truly love someone. In the sense that if you ever end up abandoning yourself in the process, forgetting about yourself, losing your own self respect and self love in the process, then that is no longer love and it becomes something else. It becomes some sort of like infatuation, obsession, whatever it is you want to call that. But it won't be love anymore. Because the minute you do that to yourself, then it's over. Then things are only going to get worse. There's no way to fix that. Because this is the most important part of everything that we all end up forgetting at some point. Sometimes when we like someone, when we are with someone, and we want to work things out, sometimes we subject ourselves to so many things, or we used to, right? Because we use the justification that, oh, but I love them so much, and you just let them do whatever to you. But if they're doing these things to you, clearly they don't love you. So don't allow that to happen. Learn to keep your dignity intact. Use your discernment and understand that sometimes things don't work out for myriad of reasons, and when that happens, there's nothing you can do but to learn to, you know, walk away, mourn the loss, and move on. And it's just the way it is. And again, I didn't mean to make this video to sound negative in any way. This is just experiences that people go through, including myself. And these things, they change us. You'll never be the same person again. Even after your rebirth, you're gonna come out stronger. And then my advice for men is stop bottling stuff up. Have a friend, find a friend, someone to open up to so you can talk about whatever issues that really hurt you and made you hurt or whatever. Get it out of your system. And if you don't have a friend, you know, it's fine. Go sit by yourself at home, whatever, and let those feelings come up. And if you have to cry there for half an hour or 40 minutes, whatever, let it happen. Don't keep these things bottled up. It does so much harm and damage to you in the long run. Men have feelings too, despite what people think and want you to believe. We have feelings too. And when we feel hurt and we let these things be bottled up forever and don't address it, it's gonna be a problem. We have to heal from these wounds. We can't carry these wounds forever. I mean, there's still gonna be a scar there after you heal, and that's okay. Carry them with pride. But, when you hit rock bottom, the only option that you have is to stand up, get up, and move on again. That's what happens. And this is really all I wanted to talk about today, my friends. So if you like the channel, please like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all on the next one. Take care, everyone, and be safe.